Broncos Seahawks is next. Broncos are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is inched up to 43. The Seahawks are not your usual Seahawks. I mean, you think of the Seahawks and you think of the Legion of Boom, you think of that great defense. I mean, they're pretty much all gone. Earl Thomas is coming for the Sunday game, it sounds like, but most of those guys are not there anymore. So we might have to just rethink the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, no, you listen to a lot of the experts in the offseason, and a lot of people are thinking the Seahawks are going to be the worst team in that division in the NFC West. It's hard to – and that's hard to kind of wrap your head around, but you look at this roster, and it's like everybody you kind of remember, with the exception of like Bobby Wagner and Earl Thomas, I guess now. It's like, who are these guys? Like these guys don't play for Seattle. So, yeah, I think it's going to be tough for them. I'm not sure why they're 3-point underdogs going into Denver. I would have thought it would have been like a +5, +6 situation for that.
I agree with you. Russell Wilson probably is what keeps it close. What do you think of Case Keenum going there? I mean, I don't think Case Keenum's not as bad as he looked in his first few years, but probably not as good as last year. Maybe somewhere in the middle. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's like one of those Nick Foles guys where you look at it, you're like, oh, Case Keenum's on my, oh god, and then you're like, oh wait, okay, he can do some good things. And last year was like kind of a revelation. You know, last year it almost reminded me a little bit of Tim Tebow when was that 2012, 2011 when Tim Tebow like was just kept winning games, and it was like a soap opera every week, and it was like, how does he keep doing it? And it was the same thing with Keenum. I always expected him to kind of not play well, and then he kind of turned my head around every week. I think obviously he's not. I'm not sure he's a franchise quarterback that the Broncos are kind of used to, but I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be fine until he proves. I mean, I think maybe we're in a situation now where maybe we should think of Case Keenum as a top 10 quarterback, instead of being like, I'm not sure about that guy, until he proves us wrong the other way, you know?
Yeah, I'm not going that far. I know when I went out, I went out on a big limb there saying, oh, how about somewhere in the middle? Like, duh. Probably
maybe top 15? Is he
I'm still not there.
Okay, top 20? Where do you have him?
Top 20. I don't know. I wouldn't build around the guy. I mean, they didn't pay him a lot.
No.
You know, he got a free agent contract, but it wasn't a huge one. So
well, you know, and they missed out. I mean, and like with Paxton Lynch, that whole thing was a disaster. Their quarterback, you know, with Brock Osweiler was a disaster. I think Keenum's going to certainly be better than those guys, and maybe be a little bit more of a stabilizing force on offense. I'm not sure he's a top 10 quarterback either, but I think he's going to be better than what they've had in the past couple of years.
Right. All right. So what we got in this game, straight up, we got 72% Broncos so far. Against the spread, we got 69% Broncos. So yeah, I'm on the Broncos in this one, definitely. And I think it sounds like you are too. So
yeah, no, the -3 doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because it's not like Seattle's a great road team either. I'm not really sure what the deal. I don't really love that line. I take Denver pretty heavily there.
Okay.